was that? It sounded like rocks.
I actually don't even know if it's like because I didn't sleep.
Venturing into the woods alone at night can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone or something you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter, for example, captured by Sean. Meet Sean DeWitt, a content creator who captures and shares various moments from his life. His channel offers viewers a glimpse into his experiences, which are typically lighthearted and straightforward. From everyday adventures to unique situations, Sean documents the world around him, often bringing his friends along for the ride. But one particular day, what should have been a normal outing with his friend Ryan turned into a tense and hostile confrontation, showing just how unpredictable and threatening a simple interaction with a stranger can be. The video opens abruptly, throwing the viewer directly into a tense argument already in progress. A woman is aggressively confronting Sean, immediately accusing him of being somewhere he shouldn't.
You're not supposed to be here, okay?
This is their backyard.
No, it's not. This is my yard.
The rocks separate the properties.
Yeah, but you're not in the rocks, were you?
Sean and his friend attempt to reason with her, explaining they were on the rocks, which they believed marked the property line, but their explanation falls on deaf ears. The woman's hostility is palpable from the very first second, setting a deeply unsettling tone for what's to come. Her aggression quickly escalates as she rejects their attempts to leave peacefully. When they try to walk away, she physically blocks their path, her tone shifting from accusatory to overtly threatening.
No.
What are you doing?
What do you mean no? You want me to fight you?
Nancy.
We're leaving right now. Come on,
He's
Ryan.
not leaving.
Come on.
What are you talking about? What's going on?
It becomes clear this isn't a simple case of someone protecting their property. Her behavior is erratic and confrontational. Sean and Ryan try to explain they were just playing a game and using the path as a shortcut, but the woman refuses to listen, her paranoia growing with every passing moment.
No, but this is considered the
No, it isn't.
boundaries.
No, it
What are you
isn't.
talking about? Boundaries.
The
We're just
boundary-
cutting through because it's a shortcut.
It's not a shortcut. How do I know you're not breaking into that home?
I'm not gonna break in them. These people are wicked nice.
Oh,
See, that guy's right there.
Right. How do I know you're not breaking into their house?
We're not.
The situation takes a darker turn as the woman begins to hurl baseless accusations at them. She questions their motives for being in the area, suggesting they might be there to break into a nearby house. Her fear and suspicion twist the narrative, painting them as criminals despite their repeated attempts to de-escalate the situation and explain their innocent intentions. Even as they try to answer her questions, her demeanor remains unyielding and hostile. Sean explains that they were simply chasing after their friends who were further down the path, but nothing they say seems to quell her rage.
Because my friends were back here and we chased them.
You did. You trespassed on my property, and you know that.
I was on the rocks.
The rock is my property, honey.
The encounter reaches a tense impasse as she continues to claim ownership of the very rocks they stood on, her voice dripping with condescension. Trapped by her aggressive stance, Sean and his friend are left with few options but to endure the verbal assault. Although the clip ends there, the palpable tension lingers. The woman's erratic behavior and instant hostility created a dangerous and unpredictable environment. It's a chilling example of how a misunderstanding can be twisted into something far more sinister by one person's aggression and paranoia. Encounters like these are terrifying because, unlike supernatural threats, the danger is real and immediate. Fortunately, Sean and Ryan were able to remain relatively calm, but one can only imagine how much worse the situation could have become. Camping in a place with a dark history is unsettling enough, but what happens when that history seems to come alive around you? Tonight, we're looking at a solo camper's terrifying night on one of Britain's most haunted hills. This footage will make you question every rustle of leaves you hear in the dark. Meet Kev, the creator behind the YouTube channel Kev's Outdoor Adventures. Along with his faithful dog Chia, Kev takes his viewers on solo camping trips to beautiful and remote locations. His videos capture the peace and serenity of the outdoors, showcasing stunning landscapes and the simple joys of roughing it. But on this particular trip, the peaceful solitude he sought would be replaced by a creeping sense of dread, as the location's grim past made its presence known. The adventure begins as Kev and Chia arrive at Mail in Penry, preparing to hike up a place known as Hunter's Hill.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Kev's Outdoor Adventures. Today, up Haunted Hill. We've been here before, last year. I didn't get a video of it. So this time, I'm going to do a video and let you see.
But this hill carries a more sinister name, the Old Corpse Road. As they begin their ascent, Kev promises his viewers that once darkness falls, he will share the unsettling stories of the area, including a strange experience he had there himself on a previous trip.
And apparently the place is haunted. So I'll tell you what happened last time out here as well. It's one of the things that's been heard before, but I think I got it last time as well. So
the steep climb takes them past the ruins of old buildings, silent stone witnesses to a forgotten time, adding to the desolate atmosphere of the hill. As daylight begins to fade, Kev finds a flat spot to set up his tent for the night.
Right guys, found our spot. We're going to stop here. It's 5 o'clock now. Sorry, 6 o'clock now. It'll dark within the hour.
With his camp established and darkness enveloping the landscape, he begins to tell the story of the hill. He recounts a local tragedy from long ago when a flood wiped out an entire village. The path they hiked up, the Old Corpse Road, was used to carry the bodies of the dead on horseback to the next town for burial.
It's called Old Corpse Road. So what they used to do was, up this hill to the next town, which is a few miles away, I think it was Shap or something like that. I think that's what it was called anyway. And they would carry them up here, one at a time, on the back of a horse, and take them to the dead bodies, to the
He then reveals that campers have long reported hearing phantom footsteps and the sound of horses on the hill, and that he himself heard unexplained scuffling sounds just outside his tent on his last visit. As the night deepens, the wind begins to pick up, howling across the exposed hillside. Kev settles into his tent, trying to get some sleep, but the unsettling history of the place lingers in the air. Suddenly, a sound cuts through the noise of the wind, a sound he recognizes all too well.
Sounds like something's outside, walking about. I know it's windy, but
it sounds exactly like footsteps, someone or something walking through the long grass just outside his tent.
I'm going to try and get some sleep. I know it's windy, but just sorry, those footsteps outside as well. People walking around in long grass. Makes it a rustling sound. That's what it was like.
Despite the wind, the distinct rustling sound is unmistakable, mirroring the exact same unnerving experience he had on his previous camp out here. There is no one else around for miles. After a tense and restless night, a cold morning arrives. As Kev packs up his camp, he reflects on the sounds from the night before.
Yeah, it was a bit strange last night, through the night, and that was windy. But it sounded like there was bloody somebody walking about outside.
He admits that while it could have been the wind, the experience felt weirdly familiar and deeply unsettling, just like the last time he was there. The distinct sound of someone walking through the grass was too clear to be easily dismissed.
You know when someone's walking along grass, and it's like rustles.
He and Chia quickly make their way back down the Old Corpse Road, leaving the haunted hill behind them. Though Kev made it through the night unharmed, the question of what he heard remains. Was it merely the wind playing tricks on his mind in a place steeped in grim folklore? Or was it something else? A lingering echo of the tragic souls who were once carried along that very path. One thing is certain, camping alone on the Old Corpse Road is an experience that blurs the line between a peaceful adventure and a brush with the unknown. A peaceful day of fishing can quickly turn into a nightmare when you're not truly alone. What happens when the silence of the wilderness is broken by a presence that feels undeniably sinister? We are about to look at a chilling encounter that serves as a stark reminder of the hidden dangers in isolated places. On June 13, 2025, a disturbing video was uploaded by Nicholas Papero, a man from Wisconsin who typically creates content around his fishing and camping adventures. On this particular day, he was filming his fishing trip with his dog next to a small, secluded river. His peace was about to be shattered by an unnerving encounter he managed to capture on camera.
Lola, come here. How's it going?
The video shows Nicholas enjoying his day when suddenly, two men emerge from the tree line about 50 feet away. They don't say anything, they just stand there and stare. In an attempt to be friendly and break the tension, Nicholas gives them a wave and a greeting, but their response is anything but welcoming.
Come here. Come here.
It's at this point Nicholas begins to realize something is seriously wrong. He notices the men have no fishing or camping equipment whatsoever. Their behavior becomes even more unsettling. They act evasive, pretending to look at their surroundings, yet quickly averting their gaze whenever he looks their way. His friendly greetings are met with unnerving silence, as if they can't even hear him. The alarm bells in his head were now ringing loud and clear.
Alright, those dudes are just standing there staring at me. Sketchy! I don't know if they wanted something or what, but they were peeping me out from down the river, and then they came closer and closer, and they were just tending to look at the trees, and then they kept staring at me. Usually people like say something.
As the men continue their silent staring and slowly inch closer, Nicholas's gut tells him it's time to go. He quickly packs up his things, speaking directly to his camera about the incredibly sketchy situation that just unfolded. He describes how they were watching him from a distance before closing in, all while maintaining their strange, silent act. Viewers in the comments immediately praised his quick thinking and for trusting his gut. One comment from a retired street cop stood out, confirming Nicholas's fears. The user noted the men's lack of gear and praised his decision to leave, even suggesting he had waited too long. The men clearly had no legitimate reason to be in the woods, which only deepens the mystery of their true intentions. What were those two men planning? Were they opportunists looking for an easy target, or was something more sinister at play? Thankfully, Nicholas didn't stick around to find out. His awareness, the presence of his camera, and his loyal dog likely deterred a situation that could have ended tragically. This encounter is a chilling reminder that when you're alone in the wild, the most dangerous predators often walk on two legs. From one unsettling encounter in the woods to another, this time the threat isn't human. Deep in a forgotten forest, a YouTuber named Pasha ventures into an abandoned village where something far darker seems to linger. Meet Pasha, a YouTuber who ventured deep into a forest to explore a dark, atmospheric abandoned village, a place locals refuse to even speak of. The homes were left to rot after famine and unemployment drove the residents away, leaving nature to reclaim what was once theirs. But Pasha had heard rumors of something far stranger happening there. In his own words, he set out alone at sunset to investigate chilling tales of scattered candy and witchcraft symbols, determined to find out if the supernatural stories were true. At first, his journey was quiet, but it wasn't long before he began noticing strange wooden symbols hanging from nearly every tree. Some were old and decayed, while others appeared to be freshly made. They were unnerving creations, sticks of different sizes bound together with what looked like human hair and bits of string, forming eerie shapes and signs. The question immediately arose: who made them and why? Were they meant to ward off intruders, or were they part of something much darker? As he pushed deeper into the decaying village, another bizarre discovery awaited him. Colorful candy was scattered all over the ground, lining the overgrown trail and clustered near the crumbling houses. Who would leave hundreds of pieces of candy in a place like this? The find was made even more sinister by the local legends that haunt the area. Stories of a shadowy old woman seen wandering these woods alone at night. Could she be the one leaving these strange offerings, a witch performing rituals in the dead of night? Following the eerie candy trail, Pasha was eventually led to a dilapidated house that was somehow still standing. Stepping inside, he was met with a horrifying sight. Dozens of the same witchcraft symbols he'd seen on the trees were now hanging ominously from the ceiling above him. As he tried to process the scene, his sense of dread amplified when he suddenly heard distinct footsteps just outside. Then his blood ran cold as he noticed a figure, someone or something, watching him through the window. immediately rushed outside to confront whatever was there, but he found nothing. The woods were silent, and whoever had been watching him had vanished. The combination of the symbols, the candy, and the feeling of being watched was too much. The entire encounter felt deeply unsettling, and Pasha decided to leave the village as quickly as he could. To this day, the mystery of the abandoned village remains unsolved. Was the figure Pasha saw the old woman from the local legends? And if so, what were her intentions? Some places are abandoned for a reason, and Pasha was lucky to only leave with a terrifying story, rather than becoming a permanent part of it. From eerie symbols and whispered legends to something far more tangible, our next story drags us out of the supernatural and into the deadly unknown. Deep in the Canadian wilderness, another explorer named Angelo would soon learn that the scariest thing lurking in the dark might not be a ghost, but a living, breathing predator. Meet Angelo, an adventurer and content creator behind the channel Exploring with Angelo, who pushes the boundaries of wilderness exploration by camping in some of North America's most remote and reputedly dangerous locations. His videos document not just the challenges of survival, but the unsettling paranormal phenomena and mysteries that lurk deep within the woods. From abandoned cabins to haunted forests, Angelo's solo journeys immerse viewers in raw, unfiltered encounters with the unknown. In this particular expedition, he ventures into a place with a dark reputation, where the line between a ghostly presence and a tangible human threat becomes terrifyingly blurred. Angelo arrives at a vast expanse of Crown land in northern Ontario, a place locals have ominously dubbed the Haunted Murderer Woods. He sets the scene by explaining the area's chilling backstory. Rumors suggest a potential serial killer may be using the dense forest as a hiding ground.
We are currently entering what has been dubbed the Haunted Murderer Woods. There's been a little bit of an update on this place, which is why I wanted to come back. It is believed that there may in fact be a potential serial killer, Crown land, if you will. So we do have the right to be here and camp out here. And in my opinion, if somebody was going to kill somebody and potentially hide a body, this would probably be the best place to do it. Now, don't go and do that. That is very bad and it is illegal, of course. But, like I said, if it was going to happen, hypothetically...
This knowledge adds a heavy layer of real-world danger to his paranormal investigation. As he drives deeper, he immediately notices unsettling signs of human activity where there should be none. Random piles of discarded junk, and even what looks like half of a house left to rot, creating the impression that these woods are used for more than just recreation.
In the meanwhile, smash the like button and let's get this adventure started. So first things first, there's a lot of just random piles of stuff everywhere. Like we got piles of whatever that is, just kind of everywhere. And I remember when we went further, which we're about to do now, down that road over there, there was like a fridge, there was like half a house left there.
His journey into the woods is marked by a series of strange encounters that heighten his suspicion. He is first confronted by a man in a truck blocking the entire road, who stares at him with palpable anger for simply wanting to pass.
How I decide to do this. I got a bit of an issue here. Someone's in here and they blocked the whole road. I smiled and like gave him like a nod. I should have filmed his face. I don't know if I caught it in camera, but he was literally just staring at me like he was really angry, like I ruined his day because he had to move out of the way so I could pass.
Later, after finding a secluded campsite by a lake and beginning to set up his tent, he is approached by a couple whose story feels inconsistent.
So those people, I wish I was filming that, but those people actually came down here. They seemed nice enough. They said that they have a camp on the other side of the lake. I'm like, oh, so there's like a road that goes around. They said, no, you gotta go and hop on a boat.
They claim to have a camp accessible only by boat and make odd, probing questions, leaving Angelo with a deep sense of unease about who is truly sharing the woods with him.
I feel like that guy was asking a few too many questions. Like he was trying to feel me out or something. Maybe.
As dusk settles, the atmosphere becomes increasingly sinister. While preparing a fire, Angelo discovers the fire pit is still warm, a clear sign that he was not the first person here that day.
I don't think. And I also noticed this fire pit was actually still a little warm. So somebody was here probably last night. There's so much driftwood here that...
This discovery is almost immediately followed by the first unexplained event of the night. What sounds distinctly like a person calling out from the darkened tree line.
Now, I haven't seen anybody in hours.
Angelo recalls a story he heard in a nearby town about a recent murder, and the chilling possibility that he might be camping in the killer's territory begins to set in.
I was in town, and there was some people at this gas station, restaurant, whatever you want to call it, and they were talking about a murder that had just taken place literally that week. Like, some lunatic went nuts and stabbed a whole bunch of people and then basically took off. So that's what we're dealing with in this area.
The activity escalates from subtle sounds to direct and unsettling phenomena. He begins hearing knocks and claps from the surrounding forest and sees inexplicable flashes of light near his shelter.
Something like that. Okay. Weirdly enough, also, by the shelter, I was seeing like weird flashes of light. Almost as if somebody's taking pictures or something.
A nervous exploration of the nearby trails leads him to a startling discovery. An ATV, in good condition, deliberately hidden deep within the bush.
I wonder if that belongs to them. It could. I don't know if it's the same one, though. It's an Outlander. No, there's no way. This looks like it's in much better condition than...
Moments later, he hears a vehicle honk, followed by what sounds like a pack of wolves or coyotes, amplifying the feeling that he is being watched.
And I also heard something weird behind me. Something is making a weird noise back there. Sounds like wolves. Hang on. Wolves or coyotes? What is that?
Back at his camp, the weirdness takes a technological turn when his camera begins to malfunction, repeatedly trying to focus on an invisible point that the screen identifies as a person and an eyeball.
I can't even record this, but my camera is literally focusing on a... I don't know what that is, but it was just focusing on a person. It's doing it again. Why is it doing that? A person and an eyeball.
After a tense dinner, a spirit box session is interrupted by more immediate and physical sounds from the woods around him, a clear cough, a sharp whistle, and more clapping, suggesting a physical presence is actively toying with him.
Hello? That was fucking weird. Somebody back there? I actually don't even know if it's like because I didn't sleep. I mean, I actually slept pretty good last night. What am I talking about? It was the night before I didn't sleep great, but yesterday I slept pretty good. Surprisingly.
Pilot.
Pilot? What? What do you mean by pilot? I feel so drained. What was that? Something moved over there. Oh, screw you, smoke. Now is not the time.
Trip.
What? I don't see anything. I'm actually surprised it's not raining. It's supposed to. I'm getting pretty lucky right now.
The feeling of being watched culminates in the terrifying sensation of being surrounded, as noises begin to emanate from multiple directions at once.
That caught me off guard. I don't like that. I am literally in the middle of nowhere, completely alone, and there is something like going on. It's almost as if it's like surrounding me, and I don't like that.
Now genuinely fearing for his safety, Angelo retrieves his rifle for protection.
Shit's just kind of making me a little bit nervous right now. Honestly, mostly it's just wilderness, but I don't know, I gave it some thought, and those people that came through earlier, their demeanor, very strange. It was like almost as if can't see what I'm doing here. There we go. Come on. There we go. Safety's on, right? Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I wish I could use my other guns, but unfortunately, those are now prohibited, thanks to Senor Trudeau. But anyway, yeah, so those people, I don't know, their demeanor was just extremely strange to me. Like, what was so strange is that the lady didn't say a word. Like, unless she's a mute, I have no idea. So yeah, I don't really know. I don't know what the deal is here, but I ain't taking no chances. Let's just say that. So I'm gonna go to bed in a little bit.
The night reaches a terrifying climax when a sudden, deafening crash echoes from the darkness, sounding as if a pile of large rocks was thrown or knocked over. A frantic search reveals no possible source for the sound.
Okay, something really weird is going on. Kinda glad I have this on me now. Let's go check it out. That's loud.
What was that? It sounded like rocks.
After a restless night, morning arrives with a thick, eerie fog hanging over the lake. Before leaving, Angelo decides to explore one last road, which leads him to a discovery that ties the night's strange events together.
I just want to give you guys one last view. I just did a live stream actually on the vlog channel, and I think I'm going to do more of those probably on this trip. So I'm going to aim for at least, like, you know, 1, maybe 2 live streams per week, depending on where we end up, if we have a good connection to Starlink as well. But yeah, I just want to give you one more good view of the lake. It is so foggy this morning. It's crazy, super eerie. I didn't really hear anything else throughout the night, but yeah, this spot is creepy. So what I think I'm gonna do, there's another lake in that direction. It looks like there's a road to get to it. So we're gonna attempt to actually drive on over there and just see what the heck is there. But yeah, like I said, if you guys want to catch more live streams on location.
The public road is inexplicably blocked by a private property sign, fueling his theory that someone is illegally claiming the land to ensure their isolation, a tactic a fugitive might use.
What in the hell? Private trail? Literally says private property down there. Okay, well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't keep going. Interesting. Well, I guess we can't go to that lake. Maybe that's where their camp was, but that doesn't make sense. Like a potential serial killer or murderer or whatever. What if they're just randomly throwing up signs and saying, oh yeah, this is private property, don't come back here. But it's really not. They're just lying. That is a possibility. I mean, it's a pretty smart move, in my opinion, but anyway.
As he prepares to leave for good, a final disembodied voice calls out, a chilling farewell from the haunted woods.
Is there somebody there?
This investigation is uniquely terrifying because it blurs the line between a paranormal haunting and a very real human threat. The unexplained sounds, camera anomalies, and disembodied voices point towards a spiritual presence, but the strange encounters with locals, the hidden ATV, and the suspicious private property sign create a constant undercurrent of physical danger. The feeling of being actively watched and toyed with suggests an intelligent force, whether it was a spirit or a person with sinister intentions. The footage captures the profound isolation and vulnerability of exploring such a remote location alone. While many seek out the paranormal, Angelo's experience is a stark reminder that the most immediate dangers are often human. The haunted Murderer Woods lived up to its name not just through ghostly whispers, but through the palpable threat of what living dangers might be using the forest as their sanctuary. The next time you venture into the wilderness, remember that the rustling in the bushes might not be an animal, and the voices you hear might not be ghosts at all. From the haunted silence of Ontario's forests, we move to a place where legend itself takes form. This time, the danger isn't hidden behind human intent, but something far older and darker. Deep within the infamous Skinwalker Forest, another explorer named Dan would soon come face to face with a presence that defies explanation. Meet Dan, the host and creator of the channel Cursed Urban, who takes his viewers into the heart of the unknown through his solo camping and paranormal investigations. For this trip, he set up in a location with a dark reputation, the infamous Skinwalker Forest. Under the clear sky of a cool evening, what begins as a peaceful night of camping is about to descend into an experience so terrifying, it will force him to flee for his safety. Dan begins by explaining he's not in the public area of the forest, but on his friend's private property that conveniently backs right up to it.
This is my friend's property, and this is a little area that he's allowed me to kind of make my home to camp in whenever I feel like. It backs right up to the Skinwalker Forest.
He then provides a chilling piece of context that sets a deeply unsettling tone for the night. The property owner himself witnesses a 7-foot-tall, dark figure emerge from these same woods, look directly at him, and retreat back into the trees.
He has witnessed so many things, even around the area I'm at. The main thing he witnessed, because it's like a forest patch and it backs up to his field. And then there's like a giant, like, few hundred acres between the field and his house. And one night he was out there and he saw from this area, this was way before I met him, he saw from this area a giant, he said it had to be at least 7 feet tall, dark looking werewolf type thing come out into the field, look at him, turn right back around and come right back into the forest. And obviously, like, we do have a lot of reports of dogmen.
This personal account establishes that the sinister reputation of the forest extends well into this private land. With a good amount of daylight left, Dan goes through the familiar motions of setting up his camp. He pitches his tent and gathers wood, preparing a log cabin-style fire pit for the night ahead.
Pile of wood right here. I think we're going to try a teepee, or not a teepee. We're going to try a log cabin style tonight, because I don't think we've done that.
He casually jokes about his own questionable fire-making skills, creating a relaxed and relatable atmosphere that gives no hint of the darkness to come.
Yeah, we're gonna redo this. Almost fell into the fire pit. For those of you who are new here, I'm laughably...
As night blankets the forest, the campfire crackles to life, and Dan settles in to cook his dinner. Campfire pizza pies made with a pie iron.
I've not used one of these since... Dude, I don't even remember when the last time I used one of these. For those of you who are not familiar with this is a pie maker. What you do is you flip it open like this, throw two pieces of bread in there, throw it with some filling. We're going to make pizza ones. Clamp it shut, hold it over the fire, let it get nice and toasty. So we are going to be using this tonight for...
He takes this time to connect with his audience, sharing updates on the channel and discussing future plans. This period of calm, filled with the comforting sights and sounds of a simple meal by the fire, serves as the last moment of peace before the night takes a harrowing turn.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight though, guys. This is really nice. Really, really relaxing out here.
After finishing his meal, a sudden rustling in the woods puts him on edge, but the cause is revealed to be two opossums chasing each other. A brief, almost comical false alarm.
Like really, really loud noises coming from the trees. And I'm like, that's definitely something. It's probably an animal, but it's definitely something. And it starts getting closer and closer. So I take my stick. I'm like banging on the tree. I'm like, hey, hey, hey. You know, try and scare whatever it is off. Because I don't know, I'm always worried like, you know, a raccoon's going to come up and I'm going to surprise it and it's going to bite me or something. And I'll have to go get rabies shots. So I'm trying to scare this thing away and it just keeps coming and coming and coming. I'm like, what is that? It sounds like it's knocking stuff over and then I see it appear, and it's an opossum, and I see a second one appear, and it's one opossum chasing another. I'm like, oh, how adorable! So I went from hey, hey, hey to hey.
With the trivial scare behind him, Dan officially begins his investigation for the night, turning on an electronic voice phenomena device known as a spirit talker in an attempt to make contact with any entities present in the forest.
All right, let's start some spirit talker. It's that time of the night, and maybe we'll get something cool.
The atmosphere shifts almost immediately. The first clear word to come through the device is secrets. The session grows progressively darker, with the device uttering words and creating a deeply disturbing narrative that suggests a tragic and unresolved history is buried in this forest.
In this forest. Who is watching us here? Are you referring to you?
Help me.
Help me. How can I help you?
The investigation reaches its terrifying climax when the device says, "Listen to this." In the very next second, the silence is shattered by the violent screeches of raccoons fighting just beyond the light of his fire.
I'm listening. Crazy. It just said, here, listen to this. And then I heard those raccoons fighting over there. Enid.
Dan is visibly stunned by the impossible timing. He reports a sudden and tangible change in the energy around him, describing an intensely cold and evil presence that has moved into his campsite.
The energy has shifted. It has gotten extremely cold out. There's like a breeze just in this area. Like I can see the fire, like the smoke whipping around and the flames whipping around. And there's something that's obviously disturbing the wildlife.
The feeling of dread becomes suffocating. Dan notices he can suddenly see his breath and points out that a strange, localized wind is whipping the fire around, while the trees just a few feet away remain perfectly still.
Something came in here and removed every ounce of good energy, and just something mean and vile has taken its place. I don't know what it is. I have never felt.
Overwhelmed by the feeling that something sinister is present and that his safety is in genuine jeopardy, he makes the rare decision to end the investigation, pack up his belongings, and flee the forest in the middle of the night.
Sorry to disappoint you guys, but I'm leaving tonight. I think something bad is going to happen if I stay out here. I really think something bad is going to happen if I stay out here. I might be wrong, but I'm not going to take that chance.
In an outro filmed later from the safety of his home, a still unsettled Dan tries to process the events of the night. He struggles to find the words to describe the sheer malevolence he felt, calling the presence sinister and unlike any negative energy he had ever experienced. He reiterates that the impossible timing between the device's command to listen and the eruption of animalistic screams was no coincidence, but proof of an intelligent, interactive, and malicious entity. The most disturbing aspect of this investigation isn't just the paranormal activity itself, but the apparent intelligence behind it. The entity seemed to respond directly to Dan's presence. manipulate the local wildlife to prove it was there, and alter the physical environment around the campfire. This suggests not just a residual haunting, but a conscious and powerful entity that was aware of and reacting to his investigation. While unexplained sounds and strange feelings can be dismissed by skeptics, Dan's raw, palpable fear, captured in real time, makes this a uniquely compelling piece of footage. His ultimate decision to abandon the camp and flee for his safety lends a powerful authenticity to the terror he experienced. It serves as a chilling reminder that when you venture alone into the darkness to confront the unknown, you may not be prepared for what answers back. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these clips, subscribe to my channel and click to see more on the video on screen.